Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Console Gaffer Dagenham Redbridge Save. And we're here now. We're approaching the end of the season. In fact, it is the last game of the season we're going to show you in this episode. We're on the 16th of May 2032. And the last episode we were just on the back of a tricky spell in January, and we managed to get our first victory in 6 against Wolves and a 2-0 win at home. At Stamford, well, I'm saying at home, but at Stamford Bridge, as we were not at our own ground for most of this season, as we were ground sharing with Chelsea. So after that Wolves game where we had a fantastic 2-1 victory, we managed to play against Liverpool at home, and we got an absolute chasing in that game. We were 4-0 down after 40 minutes. Komoto scored in the 44th minute to make it 4-1. But we were absolutely brutal in the game. And we just got absolutely demolished by 4-1. Then we followed that up with a third home game in a row, and we got a nice 3-0 victory against Brentford. Again, some good football. Sousa, one of the new January acquisitions. Ball out wide to Carrizo. Carrizo got to the byline, cuts it back to his counterpart Carrizo. Apparently they're no family relations, but he tucks the ball into the back of the net, and Maximo Carrizo gave us the 1-goal lead. Then it was Maximo Carrizo again with a corner into the penalty net. Van de Beek headed it away. Came to Danny Perez, who just lashed it into the back of the net. And that was 2-0 to the Daggers against Brentford. Danny Perez scoring. Again, keeping the possession. Rui Silva to Morrison. Captain Morrison striding forward. Gives it to Ali. Ali back into Carrizo. Gives it to Vigamenga, and the big man is not going to miss chances like that. He has been outstanding for the Daggers this season, and he tucks it away. They put the cherry on a 3-0 win. And as you can see by the stats, Brentford did have Ruben Amorim's Brentford did have 51% possession, pretty even, but we were just so clinical at the end of the day and won the game pretty comfortably. So the only bad bit of news was that we had Paulo Bernardo the week before picking up an ACL injury, so he's going to be out between 8 and 12 months, which is absolutely disappointing and heartbreaking, not only for us but for him, because he has been phenomenal this season for us. But he will not play again until probably this time next season. So after the Brentford game, we were away from home against Spurs, and we lost by 2-0. 2 late goals to nil, right enough, but we're just never really in the game. We just never had that real goal-scoring threat, and Amenga had one of his poorest games for us. In fact, the home midfield, if you see, we just struggled in that game altogether. But then we went away from home to the Hill Dickinson Stadium in front of 1,400 away supporters for the Daggers, and we won by 2-1 against Everton. 2-0 up after 61 minutes with Komoto again, and then Emmanuel Amenga in the 61st minute, and then Piccoli getting one back in stoppage time to make it a wee bit hairy the last couple of minutes in stoppage time, but a deserved 2-1 victory away from home. Great 3 points against Everton. Then the goals continued, as the last game against Leicester was a 5-3 win for us. This time against Leicester, it was a 3-2 win for us, and more late drama. We were comfortable again. Eduardo Fernandez made it 3-0 in the 80th minute, but then 2 late goals with Taylor's got Leicester back in it, and by this time we were back in Victoria Road Stadium, so that was the first game back as we played Stamford Bridge against Brentford, and this was our first game back in a capacity to 7,500 crowd at home for Dagenham Redbridge, and we won by 3-2 on our first game back to the Victoria Road Stadium. Then we went and played Sunderland home again, another sellout for the boys. and we managed to win again by 3-2. And I think next season, defensively, is probably where we're going to tighten up a wee bit. I think we're good up top. Midfield is solid enough. I think it's defensively we need to really push on and try and focus on going forward. But another great 3-2 victory. Eduardo Fernandez, another January signing for the left side midfield, doing well. And the other signing, Sousa, scoring to give us a 3-2 victory. Then we played Chelsea and we lost comfortably at our old home ground by 2-0. Again, we were never really in it. I was not really expecting much against Chelsea, but we'd done the business earlier on against them by beating them 3-2. We just couldn't repeat it here. And then April, as you can see, the results kept rolling in April. 3 home games out of the 4, and we won all of them. We beat Crystal Palace by 3-2. Carrizo, Amenga and Perez with the goals. In a solid home game, another sellout home game for us. Then we went away from home against Leeds United, and again, another solid 3-1 victory for us. Amenga again scoring for us. And then it was a tighter game against Norwich, where we did go a goal behind, but Amenga scored in the 84th minute to give us that 2-1 victory. But the standout result there was at home against Manchester City. Gessim Yassin with a hat-trick, especially after falling behind to Vinicius Junior's 26th minute goal. Yassin scored a fantastic hat-trick in the last part of the game. And if you can see by the stats, it wasn't a smash and grab. We deservedly won that football match. 56% possession, 20 shots, 10 on target, an XG of 2.15. We dominated Manchester City on that ground. We really played well. A double assist from Sousa and Coffey again doing the business for us. So we did fall behind to Manchester City. Verdiol with the ball, driving forward. O'Reilly to Vinicius Junior. Back to O'Reilly, back to Vinicius Junior, who just cuts inside. Too easy. Good finish from him, but it was too easy in the end, and that was a goal for Manchester City. But into the second half, and again, a wee bit under pressure here, but we came forward. Sousa picking the ball up, giving it to Yassin. Back to Sousa, driving forward, the Brazilian. Checks back, gives the ball back to Yassin, and Yassin with a beautiful curling effort from the edge of the box. World class, into the top corner, and that was 1-1. And from that point on, there was only going to be one winner. The confidence was flowing from the team. Sousa again, gives the ball to Yassin. Ilinic to Yassin again. Keeping the ball well. Carrizo, Amenga, Danny Perez, back to Carrizo, to Sousa. First time pass through Yassin, and another fantastic finish into the back of the net. And that was 2-1. But Yassin was not finished there, and neither were the Daggers. Throw in, gives it to Komoto. Carrizo checks back, again keeping possession. Back to the captain Morrison, he gives it away to Ali, first time to Perez. Perez back to Ali, first time to Coffey, and you could just see Yassin at the back post arriving right on cue, and that was his hat-trick. That was 3-1. What a statement victory for Dagenham Redbridge. So after that fantastic result against Manchester City, we played Newcastle United, and it was a 2-1 defeat. Kalala, the young lad, scored in the 95th minute to give us a wee bit of respectability, but again, we were never really in it, to be fair, against Newcastle. And then our last home game of the season was a 1-1 draw against Brighton. Good game between the two sides, another sellout for the Daggers. And Emmanuel Amenga with the goal in the 78th minute, which takes us to the last game of the season against Ipswich. So earlier on in the season, we beat them at home by 3-0. So that brings us up to date with the fixtures. Where we are in the league table is incredible. Last season, we finished 13th, currently where Ipswich is at the moment. This season, we are currently 7th. We just couldn't get the result against Brighton to go in front of them, but we are currently 7th. And if results go our way, if Aston Villa lose, because they are playing away at Everton, and Brighton are at home to Crystal Palace, if we were to beat Ipswich and Villa and Brighton were to lose, we would go above both and finish in 5th place, which would be absolutely outstanding for the Daggers in the second season in the Premier League. But there is a long way to go in the game. But if you go and look, we've won 18 games this season, and we have taken a couple of good big scallops as well. Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, we've beaten there as well. Doesn't show up on this 18, but we did beat them. The draws, we've only had 6 draws this season, respectable against Spurs and Newcastle. And the 13 defeats this season we've had, you can kind of see the names. Man United, Liverpool twice, City, Brighton, Everton, Villa, West Ham, United twice again, and Arsenal as well. So the teams that we have lost again, we have probably been expected to lose against. And the teams we've won with a couple of surprises in there too. So absolutely phenomenal. So really delighted with how we've played this season. And we just march on. We've got a goal difference of +2. Scored 67, conceded 65. So we have conceded quite a bit, but we've scored a decent amount as well. We just need to tighten up, and I think that's where we're going to focus in a lot of the money next season is on our defence. Probably the whole back line. Also maybe look at our goalkeeper as well. But if you look at the predicted table for where people expected us to finish at the start of the season, 19th, and we're currently in 7th. So again, if results don't go our way, we could finish 8th. I know that, but we're going to finish above Man City regardless. Man City can't get above us. So the least we could finish is 8th this season. The highest we could possibly finish is 5th. So phenomenal season by the Daggers. Recruitment wise, as you've seen with a couple of new names on the score sheet and the assist sheet, we had to sign Valdimarsson on loan from Bournemouth, goalkeeper, because of injuries to our main man, the main goalkeeper that we had. So we got him on loan till the end of the season, and he's been solid enough, done all right. But I don't think we're going to sign him permanently. We then signed Eduardo Fernandez, the attacking midfielder. He can play right, he can play left. We needed a kind of another left-sided player, so we've signed Fernandez because he can play both. He is really a really good player for us, to be fair. We signed him for only £7.5 million, and already he's up to £35 million. And I think that's an absolute bargain to sign Eduardo Fernandez for that amount of money. Technique's good, passing, marking, even good for a winger. Shots is good, first touch, finishing, dribbling, crossing's all good. It's just his heading and his tackling, which for a winger, you would not really expect that to be really up high. Mentals are all good. What you would expect. His aggression's pretty decent. Anticipation, got good composure, determination, flares at 16. Off the ball movement's good for 14, and his vision and work rate is to be, where you are expected. But his physicals again are something that really, really top notch. Good 16 for acceleration, pace 14, natural fitness is 15, and he's got good stamina and good strength again for a 6-foot winger. And as you can see by the stats, so far in 18 Premier League games since he came in January, he scored 4 and got 2 assists as well. So very, very good for Eduardo Fernandez. And we, with Maximo Perron leaving to go to Fiorentina, it left us a bit of a hole in the middle of the park, like that defensive midfield role that we like to play. So we signed this young regen, Souza, Brazilian. He's only 5'10", but £7.75 million for him, and he's been excellent. I mean, you cannot argue with the young lad's stats and how he's been playing. I've been playing him as a midfield kind of advanced midfielder, and then out of possession, he's been sitting in and playing a defensive midfield player, sitting in that role there. But if you look at the young lad's stats for £7.5 million again for the Brazilian, physicals all good, 5'7", strength again he will improve as he plays more and more, but good stamina, good pace, natural fitness, balance is good, good acceleration, and his mentals again is where he excels. Leadership is rock bottom, but everything else is phenomenal. Aggression's pretty decent, anticipation's good, bravery's good, decision making is key in that area in midfield. He's got off the ball is great, his vision is 17, his work rate's 12, he's got 13 technique, passing's up there at 16. So this boy is an absolute superstar for us. He wanted to kind of use it as a stepping stone. It's absolutely fine. He's got a minimum release clause of £44 million. So if and when somebody comes a knocking, we're going to be in the money. So that was the players that we signed in January. The biggest disappointing thing for us was Paulo Bernardo. He's had another really, really good season for us. He had a great season in the Championship. 12 goals, 12 assists in 37 games. His first year in the Premier League, he played every game, 38 Premier League games. He scored 10 goals and 6 assists. And so far this season, he had 22 games, and 8 goals and 1 assist for a free transfer from Celtic. Just disappointed that he is going to be out now for the foreseeable. A torn ACL. He's got expected to be back in 4 to 8 months. So far, he's been out for 3 months. Very disappointing, but the stats has been great. He's been excellent. 30 years old. He might not be the same player when he comes back, but we'll see how he gets on. But apart from that, the team is looking solid. Our midfield has been scoring goals. So the young man Sousa's come in, 3 goal contributions and 12 for the defensive midfield player. Maximo Carrizo, 7 goals, 6 assists, and 17 starts, 23 appearances up from the bench. Danny Perez, another one who really kicked on this season. 5 goals, 7 assists from Danny Perez. Yassine, 4 goals and 5 assists. Eduardo Fernandez got 4 goals and 2 assists. And then you've got my main man, 26 goals, 5 assists, and 41 appearances in all competitions this season. In the league, he scored 21 goals in 37 appearances this season. Absolute super player. And again, I keep recommending, I think I had him in a previous player signing video. If you can get him earlier on, he's even better. He really is even better. 6'5". He's just going to score goals. Give him chances, he will score goals. Christian Camoto, again, he's had a solid debut season for us. The Italian, 24-year-old, 5 goals in the Premier League and 1 assist. And we've got Samuel Grossi coming in. He's played mostly in the reserves this season, but next season we'll give him some more and more game time. We've got Maher Carrizo, who's going to be coming in from Southampton permanently for £12 million, as we signed him on a year's loan. It's exactly what I thought I was going to get when I signed him, because he's done okay at Southampton, he's done okay wherever he's been. And as you can see there, 30 appearances, 2 goals, 12 assists. Very good for the wide man. And he's been injured back and forward as well this season, so he's not been fully fit. Max Thompson is back fit, but he's not in the team, as we're keeping Valdemarson in the team at the moment. So that brings us up to date with where we are squad-wise. So we're just about to go and play in the final game of the season against Ipswich. But we will go to the board as we have just obviously completed the stadium, getting 2,500 extra seats for us. But I've asked again to expand the stadium because we're selling it out week in and week out. So it's into planning permission, which we'll probably find out what's going to happen at the end of the season. Money-wise, we've got 35.4 million in the bank. We're not making as much this year because of extra wages. We're spending 9.4 and we're bringing in 10.3. So we might need to reshuffle a wee bit and see where we go. But the more we play, the more we build the stadium, we'll get some more money in that way as well. And the stadium is immaculate. The Victoria Road Stadium, 7,500 all-seater stadium. Pitch condition is perfect. As it goes on, we'll probably get the training facility up as well. But main thing is the club needs to run and the club needs to be in the Premier League. So let's go into the tactics for this final game of the season against Ipswich. Carrizo is going to play instead of Yassine. We will probably go with Coffey. Is Coffey still injured or is he back? No, he is back, but he's not fully fit. So he will come in for dinner. And we'll just play with Fernandez, Carrizo, Amenga up front, Ali, Morrison, Silva, Ilinic, with the main man, Amenga, up top is where we'll go. So last game of the season against Ipswich, a victory could propel us to 5th. We just don't want to get a loss on the final day of the season. But we'll see, because Ipswich are safe as well. They're not going to go down, so it's been a good season for Ipswich. But we don't really care about Ipswich. It's all about the Daggers.
So here we are for the game. We're back in it for Ipswich Dagenham Redbridge. Let us go and see if we can win this game. And we're off here in the last game of the season. Ipswich versus Dagenham and Redbridge. Fernandez now with the ball, gives the ball out wide to Ali. Dagenham Redbridge just passing the ball around here. Morrison into the feet again of Fernandez. Lovely switch of play to Ilinic. Carrizo, Ilinic, Carrizo, lovely football, gives it to Souza. Checks back into the box, it goes Carrizo! That is a delicate little finish. And after 5.5 minutes, Dagenham and Redbridge are ahead. Fantastic football from the Daggers. Carrizo, Ilinic, Souza with the ball, the young Brazilian, checks back on his left. Picks up Carrizo again, and that's a beautiful finish into the corner of the net. Ipswich 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Maximo Carrizo. The other Carrizo now to Souza, who's pushed a bit forward. Good ball into the box. It's Amenga. Flag stays down for now. Ilinic, Carrizo again. Into the box. Back it goes again. It's off the post. Danny Perez, I think, that time hit the post. It's Silva coming forward with the ball. Carrizo. Good tackle from Thomas. 31, nearly 32 minutes gone. Amenga headers, plays the ball forward. Ipswich smash it away. Morrison wins it. Comes to Souza. To Fernandez. Back to Ali. To Fernandez again. Into the box to Perez. Perez trying to get a shot away. He does get a shot away! And again it's off the post. For the second time in this match, the Daggers have hit the woodwork. Ipswich pick it up. Solari inside the row. Good ball again. It's Diarra this time. Diarra! And this time, Ipswich have equalised. A carbon copy of the first chance that they had, but it was put wide, and this time it's tucked away. Lovely ball by Rowe. Great timing of the run by Habib Diarra. And it's a lovely tidy wee finish into the back of the net. Ipswich 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. To the box it goes to Rowe. Rowe back to Essie, who missed that chance earlier on. Thomas. Essie, good tackle by Ilinic, but he drills it across. Solari, back to Diarra, good football. And that's a great tackle in the end. But the flag does go up for offside. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time to be played here. We're into the second minute. We've still got a minute to go as Dagenham Redbridge coming forward again. Ilinic to Souza. Carrizo. Lovely ball to Ilinic. Gets the ball across to Fernandez. Brings it down. Back it goes to Ali. Ali into the box. And Diarra will get it away. Morrison gets it back for the Daggers. Fernandez. back to Ali, back to Fernandez, and that will probably be half time, as the half time whistle will go after this. Yes, it is half time here, and I'd say it's been quite an even game. Both teams have had chances. We've hit the post twice. We've had 7 shots and 3 on target. They've had 5 and 3. We've got a little bit of a better XG than us. It's quite an even game. Good game, but it's an even game. 1-1 at the moment. Currently Brighton 0, Crystal Palace 0, so no change there. And the other one is Everton 0, Aston Villa 0. So no real change anywhere in the league table. We to encourage. I don't know if we're going to change anything at the moment in the second half. Sousa's playing well. They're all doing reasonably well. What do we bring? Let's go for Yassine for Fernandez. Let's do it. See what he can do in this second half. As the second half starts, Dagenham Redbridge get it underway. .49 minutes gone. Ali has the ball for the Daggers. Delivers it into the penalty area. Headers away. Sousa trying to get there. Ilinic picks it up from Diarra. Ali, poor pass. And it's forward as Morrison takes out Rowe there. And the referee is going to give him a speaking to, but that is all. What can he do? Gets to the byline, delivers into the box. Nobody there. Flicked away. Solari will pick it up though for Ipswich, and he's all alone at the moment. He goes for distance, and it's well over the bar. Switch again now with the throw. Long range effort again, and we'll take that. I wouldn't expect Valdimarsson to get beat from that range. Looking to get to the byline, delivers it back post, headed away well. Cleared, but Dagenham Redbridge will pick it back up with Ali. Yassine, Danny Perez, lovely ball through to Emmanuel Amenga! And he has scored, but I think the flag is up for offside. He did look offside, to be fair. Yep, the goal is disallowed as he was marginally offside, but again, so dangerous. Give him a chance and he will put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, he's just offside. Good finish though. It stays 1-1. Looking long for Rowe. One-on-one with Morrison. Morrison's allowed him to come inside, and that's a lovely effort, just wide. I think we might make our first change. Sousa is going to come off to be replaced by Komoto. Yassine's been minced since he's come on, so he's coming off and being replaced by Coffey. And that'll be the changes as it stands at the moment. We've got about 10 minutes left to play here. It's still Ipswich 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1 on this final game of the league season. I'd say we've slightly been the better team. More possession of the ball, but Ipswich coming forward, and it's Rowe with a shot, and it will be a corner. But no, it's offside. Good tackle there by Carrizo from deep. Gives it to Rui Silva. Long ball forward, lovely to Ilinic, who's pushed forward. Amenga picks it up. Back to Ilinic. Amenga needs to get himself into the penalty area. Ilinic delivers, back post. Coffey headers it on goal. And he really should be going back across goal there. I don't think he was ever going to score from that position. We've got about 30 seconds left to play here. A ball switched to Ilinic. Is there one last chance for either side? Carrizo has the ball. Back to Ilinic. Back to Carrizo. Looks like we're just going to keep possession. Silva, Carrizo. We need to get the ball forward quickly if we're going to have a chance. Morrison. And no, there it is. The full-time whistle goes on this Premier League season for Dagenham Redbridge. It's been a great season overall, and a 1-1 draw here on the final day of the season sees us drop to 8th because Spurs managed to beat Manchester City by 3-2. So we drop into 8th. But we don't mind. We've had a great season. A really, really, really good season. I think we were the better team overall in this match, but we just could not get that second goal. We hit the post twice in the first half, and Michael Carrick's Ipswich Town managed to get a draw. We'll go and sympathise with that performance in the league in the final game of the season. So as you can see there, we've dropped out of the Premier League qualifying places for Europe, which for only our second season in the Premier League to get into European football would have been really out of this world. But there we go. We're going to get 23.6. Was it 23 or 26? We'll see in a second. Let's have a look. We're going to get £26.3 million paid in for finishing in 8th place. That's really, really good. £1.9 million bonuses are going out. Arsenal are champions again in the Premier League. West Ham finishing 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, Villa 4th, Manchester United 5th, Spurs 6th, Brighton 7th, Dagenham and Redbridge in 8th position, then City and Liverpool. I mean, look at the teams we've just finished above. City, Liverpool, Newcastle. We've won more games than them. Absolutely awesome. Really good season. We're not going to have that season again, to be fair. In fact, I would imagine they would finish further up the table. But look at that. 8th place in the second season for Dagenham and Redbridge. Excellent. Excellent. Also, Premier League goal of the season has been given to Rico Lewis. The board are giving us 950 grand a week with a transfer budget of 62 million, even though we've only got 59 in the bank. Dagenham Redbridge side of 2025, where are they now? Sahil Bashir is at Brisbane Roar. Caden Harrick plays for Notts County. Harvey Broad, Halifax Town. Painters at Aldershot. Khalil is at Olympic Club. Other players in that side, Joe Walls, Magoma, Lusala, Kalambai is retired, and Gessen's retired, Diane's retired, and the Carroll's retired. So all of them are retired. 68 injuries this season, 13 fewer than last. 13 fewer last season. We had 27 more than the season before. We've got the players are now going to go on holiday until the 5th of July. And the training camp will be in Seattle in the USA on the 12th of July. Nice one. So that takes us up to date with where we are. We're going to try and find out when the stadium is going to be expanded or what it's going to go be expanded to. But a lot of positives for the team to try and progress on. I think we need to improve defensively because there's some games that we've lost a few goals that probably we shouldn't have lost. So I think we can improve defensively a bit on that. So that is where we'll look to improve on, I think, in the summer. And maybe clear some of the dead wood away as well. Because, we're spending 22 grand on Rocco Vata. He is out of contract, so he will go. Santiago is also out of contract, 10.5 grand a week as well. Denner, I would love Denner to stay, but he's wanting like 30 odd grand a week to stay because he's been with us the whole journey from the Enterprise National to League Two, to League One, to the Championship, to the Premier League, and he's played 7 games in total in the Premier League for us. But I'm not paying him 32 grand a week to sit on the bench just for sentimental reasons. 15.5 grand he will go as well, Osin. Samuel, I think we'll keep him. He's a good acquisition to have in the squad. Paulo Bernardo, well, hope he comes back soon and comes back good. George, we're going to let George go in the summer. He's on the transfer list. We could probably get another backup striker. But the main man, we've got Enzo Martinez, a young lad, 19 years old. He is number 9 on the Wonder Kids of the world. He got voted number 9. So we've got a wonder kid, a top class wonder kid, and he will play more next season. He's not played a lot this season, but he'll play more next season, as I think his stats are only going to get better. He's only going to get better as the years go on. We've also got some other players. Mide, don't mind him. I think he could be a player, but I'll probably look to be shifting him as well. And also, we'll need a new goalkeeper because Valdemarson, his 23 grand a week wages will be also going back. So we'll save the best part of 60, 70,000 pounds on wages, and we'll maybe put that into a really good defender because we've got Scales, who's still here for another season, another 2 seasons. Morrison's the captain. We've got Rui Silva. I just think we need another central defender and probably another left back, maybe even I think we just need to improve our defence. Not sure what we'll do yet, but we'll see what we go. And we'll see. I mean, there's interest in Danny Perez. There's interest in Coffee. There's interest in... I thought there was interest in somebody else as well. One of our topper players. No, he's signing. So yeah, just really Danny Perez. So we just need to see how we get on and what we can sign. But yeah, that's where we are. That's where the club is. Finished 8th in season 2. Next season, if we can sign the players that I'm hoping to sign, good centre back, good solid players, then I see no reason why we can't even push again to try and get in European places. But still early days for the Daggers. Still early days. Season 3 for the Daggers, I think we really need to try and push for a European place. As it stands at the moment, yep, I think that's maybe next season we push for a European place. But we'll come back, as always, for the first game of the season, an update on the summer transfer window and some of the transfers, that incoming and outgoings, and the pre-season friendlies of where we are. So we just found out that Dagenham Redbridge to move to the Emirates Stadium next season. So we're moving to the Emirates Stadium next season. We were at Chelsea last season and we're moving to the Emirates this season, as there's going to be another increase by 3,750 seats to our stadium. The work will cost £4.6 million and is expected to take around 9 months to complete. So next season we're going to be at the Emirates. We're going to be ground sharing with the champions. So absolutely delighted with that. We'd love to maybe get a couple of loans of some of their players. That would be even nicer. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's us been determined that we're going to put another 3,750 seats on our already 7,500 seats. So we're slowly but surely eking up. So yeah, we're going to move to a 60,000 seater stadium for a short period of time for 9 months. We'll see you next time in the next episode of Dagenham Redbridge Premier League Season 3. Come on the Daggers.